Welcome to Behind the Badge. I'm your host, Chief David Malloy, Director of Public Safety for the City of Novi, and I'm proud to have on set today Assistant Chief Scott Baetens. We're going to talk a little bit about some of our national accreditation programs, our state accreditation programs, and some of the crime approaches that we're taking to help keep Novi safe. Assistant Chief Baetens, welcome to Behind the Badge.
Thank you, Chief.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Scott, and your background, your education, and some of the assignments you've had throughout your career in the organization.
Chief, I'm very proud to say I'm born and raised in the city of Novi, and I've always called Novi my home. But I attended Michigan State University, where I attained my bachelor's degree, and went on from there to Eastern Michigan University, where I attained my master's degree. I've been employed with the city of Novi for 17 years. Throughout my career here, I've held the positions of officer, sergeant, detective, and detective sergeant, and now assistant chief of support services. My current responsibilities are I oversee internal investigations, communications, our Detective Bureau, our Investigations Department, and Training and Standards.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And most recently, we received an award from the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police, an accreditation award. Tell the viewing audience a little bit about that.
Yes, that's a state accreditation for best practices, and we're very proud to not only obtain our state accreditation, but our national accreditation. We are one of only 3 agencies in the state of Michigan to obtain both, and we are doing the absolute best in policy and procedure every day, and we prove that to obtain that accreditation.
So elaborate a little bit more on that in terms of what the viewing audience needs to know. It's not just someone comes in here one time, they look at our policies and procedures, our facilities, and talk to our men and women, but what is it that we actually demonstrate every single time?
We demonstrate a set of policies and standards that are the best examples in law enforcement, ranging from daily operations to strategic deployment of our resources. And not only do we have to show that to obtain that accreditation, but also as well we have to prove it throughout the year.
Excellent, excellent. And one of the things that we utilize is that we're utilizing a lot of technology, data management systems, records files, and so we don't have cabinets full of records, but we're utilizing cloud storage and other technology to help keep those records and standardize those procedures. And you're right, they are the national best practices.
Yes, they are.
Excellent. And talk to us a little bit about some of our crime deployment strategies. And from an investigation section, I know your men and women are working very hard on following up on the cases that our uniformed police officers are taking throughout their day and their duties. But what is it that we're doing in terms of our data-driven approach to combating crime here in Novi?
Chief, we've always had the notion of random patrols produce random results, and that's not an effective or efficient way to deploy our resources. We do a data-driven approach to crime and traffic safety where we take timely and accurate intelligence and we produce that into a tangible result for our road patrol. We patrol certain sections of the city based on time of day and crime patterns, and that we've been shown to produce tangible results from high visibility. And it's not about traffic stops per se, it's just about being visible in the area, and obviously that reduces traffic crashes and the criminal element.
Yeah, and one of the basic theories is that there's a correlation not only between crime, but also traffic crash. So many of our DDAC zones, if you will, not only have a crime component, and typically it's larceny from auto, breaking and entering, home invasion, larceny from a building, and those are kind of the big fours crimes that we measure. All property crimes, by the way. We have a very low violent crime here in the community. But in terms of having those results, I know our crime analysis program went back and looked at 3 years of crime data, so we kind of took that as our benchmark. But then moving forward, we constantly evaluate that, not only on a daily but a weekly basis. And I know in some of the areas we've seen 70% reduction in those types of crimes, all by simply having an officer doing highly visible traffic enforcement from midnight to 3 a.m. in the morning for some instances, as a matter of fact.
Yes, one great example is back in Pontiac Trail. We've reduced our larceny from automobiles 67% and our motor vehicle thefts by 50%. And on the other side of the city, traffic crashes at M5 and 13 Mile are down over 30% since 2014.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And we also host weekly CompStat meetings. Can you tell the viewing audience a little bit about what the CompStat program's all about?
Absolutely. CompStat meeting is where we digest all the intelligence we gather, whether it be our response times from the fire department, from Superior Ambulance, from the police department, ranging that to our clearance rate for the Detective Bureau, how well we're doing, how effective we are at doing our job, and we augment our patrol strategies to our investigative strategies to where we deploy our resources day in and day out to effectively cover the city and assist the citizens.
Excellent. And I think it goes without saying, the backbone of our organization is our Uniform Patrol Division. Our Operations Division, where our men and women, in a vast majority, virtually 60-some% of all of our personnel are assigned to the Uniform Patrol Division. And those are the contacts that our officers are having with the community members on a daily basis. And they're not all negative. I know we have officers that are mentoring youth in the community. We're going to see a lot more as the weather starts to break, where our men and women are going to be out participating in activities. And I think it's important for the viewing audience to know that our officers are approachable. Please come up, please talk to them. Our goal is to get them out of those cars as much as possible to interact with the community.
Yes, that's a key component. Obviously, the community is our eyes and ears, and we enjoy interacting with the community. We love the community, and we're very approachable and friendly. So please, if you see an officer, wave or extend a hand or a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
We'd love to sit down and talk.
They're all good, quality people. They're highly educated. I'm very proud of each and every one of them, and I know that they're looking at every contact they have with a community member, whether a business owner, a resident, a visitor to our community. We're looking at treating every contact as an opportunity to build public trust with our community. So I appreciate you sending that message throughout the organization, and I'm very proud of our men and women for doing that.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us here on Behind the Badge. And thank you, the viewing audience, for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Badge. And until next time, continue to watch Novi Television.